Alright, everyone, and we are back.
アベンジャー。私はあなたと契約した時のことを思い出せない。時間を置けば回復すると踏んでいましたが、状況は私が思っていたより厳しいようだ。いつになるかわからない記憶の回復など待っていられない。
で、手っ取り早く俺にもう一度説明しろと。そう言われても、俺が知ってることなんてたかが知れてるぜ。あんたは俺をサーバントとして召喚して契約した。気がつけば俺はあの洋館にいて、あんたに首輪つけられてこき使われてたわけだ。そん時に神明は名乗ったが、まあ別にいいか。誰に聞かれてもどうってことない。
どうということはない。それはどういう？
俺、自分の名前はないんだ。生前どんな名前だったのかなんて知らねえのさ。
そんなバカな。サーバントである以上、あなたは英霊だ。名称のない英雄など存在しない。
ああ、だから名称はある。俺には人間としての名前がないだけだ。周りが呼んでいた名称でいいなら教えられるけど、それでいい？
もちろんです。契約するとき、私はあなたの名前を聞いているはずだ。結果、あなたを信頼。いえ、聖杯戦争を勝ち抜くにふさわしい力を持っていると判断した。その、私が認めた名称は何というのです？
アンリマユ。どこぞの古びた風習の名前だよ。
Holy crap, he's I'm gonna mine you? Yeah, I don't really need to hide it. First off, it wasn't that big of a deal, so I just gave her a straight answer.
アンリマユ。その名は。
Isn't the name of a hero, or isn't fit to be a hero. It isn't a name you'd give a person to begin with. Yeah, your face is just telling me all of the above. I understand how my dear master feels. It's not as if I live up to my namesake. I'm gonna mind you, the name of the most powerful demon in ancient Persia. The greatest nemesis in Zoroastrianism, embracing all evil that kept fighting for 9,000 years against the god of light, guardian of the good of humanity. The god of evil, you could say. The bad part is friggin' huge scale. Overseeing half of the entire world? Give me a break. This name's a bother. Honestly, something of a smaller genre, say the god of desks or pots, would have been a much better fit. The tale of Zoroastrianism revolves around the discord caused by the two gods of good and evil. It's the first religion to introduce the duality of angels and demons. Of course, I've never seen an angel in my life, and I'm not exactly acquaintances with any demons. I was just one villager that idolized those teachings. Apparently, just one good deed was enough for me to get treated like a hero and elevate to heroic spirit status after death.
勘違いするなよ。別に神様本人ってわけじゃない。たまたま持ってる属性がそいつに近かったから仮名として付けられただけだろう。
So not a full-on, okay.
英霊としての格は低いし、知っての通りあまり役に立たない三流だ。
それはとっくに承知しています。今さら弁解してもらうことでもありません。
That stings, Master.
しかし、アンリマユ。いえ、私の呼び出したサーバントは確か。
Had a more different endearing name? Bazet Vraga Makremets wondered to herself.
親愛なる響きね。何？あんた、他に呼び出したい英霊がいたの？俺なんかじゃなく、もっと強くて立派な英雄に当てがあったとか。
いえ、そんなことはあまり。
Not really, she adds quietly. Yeah, you're being really obvious. Had some other guy on your mind? Okay, so I already knew that. But Who would have thought you'd be so picky about your servants too? So our relationship was just a compromise. And I was being relatively serious about it too. Ah well, I'm over it.
面白いなその顔。あんたでもそんな顔するんだ。拍子抜けではあるが、まあ予想通りでもある。で、どんな男が好みなんだあんた。
何を言い出しますか。男性の好みなんて話していなかったでしょ。私はただあなたとかの英霊との違いを考えていただけです。
だからそれが男の話だっていうの。使い魔なんざ術者の好みが第一なんだから、女のマスターが色男を呼ぶのは当然じゃねえか。あ、何？それとも女の英霊でも呼ぶ気だったのか？そりゃ深いな。まさか趣味と実益を兼ねた男装だったとは。
私はそのような市場は挟みません。あなたと契約したのはそれが正しいと私が判断したからです。そこに異性の感情など挟まない。ですが誤解を招く物言いだったことも認めましょう。私は確かにあなた以外の英霊に執着していた。
そう、それそれ。そこまで白状したなら聞かせろよ。減るもんじゃなし、隠し事は極力潰していこう。でマスター、あんたもともとどこの英霊を呼び出そうとしてたんだ？
呼び出そうというのは正しくはありません。私にはかの英霊を召喚できる保証はなかったし、私自身彼の存在を信じてはいなかったのですから。
She starts trailing off. Must be going over some old memories. The emotional state of the woman standing in front of me is regressing fast, like she's berating herself.
なるほど。信じていない英雄は呼び出せない。けどあんたはその英雄に会いたかったわけか。
どうでしょう。恥ずかしい話ですが、自分でもわからない。子供の頃の話です。私はその何に対しても冷めた子供だった。周りの言う楽しみというものがうまく飲み込めず、よく両親を困惑させたものです。父は言いました。お前は作業のように一日を過ごすのだなと。すまなそうな目をしていつも私に謝っていた。負い目があったのは両親だけだったのでしょうね。私はそういった父の罪悪感も感じ取れず、今と同じつまらない毎日を過ごしていた。思い出の大部分はそういった淡々とした日々です。けれど一つだけ夢中になったものがあった。本当にどうしてそれだけが特別だったのか今でもわからない。家の書斎でたまたま手にした私の国ならどこにでもある昔話を読んだとき、私はとても悲しかった。
昔話ね。それが
Someone she didn't believe in, but still wanted to meet. One of the many phantasms that young children dream of and forget at maturity, tossed away in great number, huh?
ええ、その童話にいる時だけ私は同じ年頃の子たちと同じになれた。子供心にも眩しく映ったある英雄の物語です。けどその話の最後は華やかなものではなかった。決して褒めたたえていい物語なんかじゃなかった。そう、みんなは勇ましい話だと言うけれど、私には違った話にしか見えなかった。その時に思ったのです。私が彼を救ってあげたいと。何もできない私だけど もし許されるのなら彼を救いたいと願ってもいいのでしょうかと。
To be fair, the desire to save someone exists in all human beings. That much I can admit. Heck, I can even feel it myself. Now, the definition of saving is going to be different from person to person, but as long as that desire is just a wish, it's not something that others can condemn. The problem here, though, should it be okay to wish to save him, is that the little girl didn't understand something that obvious. There's Bizette, who turned something that anybody can do into a wish. Then there's the mythical hero, the only one the little girl looked up to. I take back that I'm over it. Bastard, next time I meet you, you're dead meat.
欲がないな。それがあんたの望みってわけ？聖杯も随分安く使われるもんだ。
Wicked laughter. Honestly, the idea of using one fairy tale against another is damn amusing.
だからそれは子供の頃の話です。今のは英霊を召喚するとしたら誰を選ぶかという話でしょ。もしかの英雄を呼び出せる触媒があったのなら、私には召喚する動機があったという話です。
でも結局呼び出したのは俺みたいな半端者だったわけだ。マスターも男運ねえな。
Cackling again. Seriously, she definitely looks like she hasn't gotten any luck with men.
アベンジャー、今の私の望みは聖杯を確保し魔術協会に持ち帰ることです。私自身聖杯にかける願いなどありません。
知ってるよ。あんたそこまで器用な人間じゃないからな。
After all, you can't make a wish with something that doesn't exist. 0 times anything is still 0.
次はあなたの番よ、アベンジャー。私が答えたのだから教えなさい。あなたの望みは何なのです？
Nuts. She turned the tables on me. Actually, like my master, there's no wish I want to make using the Holy Grail. Sadly enough, there's just one thing that I voluntarily engross myself in these days.
俺の望み？強いて言うと絵を完成させたいってところか。
She's looking at me like a clueless idiot. When we get back to our hideout, she's gonna find that puzzle I was working on and yell at me for a more serious answer.
待って。今強い魔力を感じなかった。
That was an interesting red little spark.
悪い。魔力感知なんざ持ってない。けど発信源なら見たぜ。あのビルの屋上で何か光った。
Bizette is quick to react. She picks a rock off in the ground and throwing it over her shoulder, runs toward the center building without as much as asking me to follow. Obedient as I am, I chase after Bizette. However, it's still bugging me. Just, what is that? Bizette is carrying some kind of tube. I thought that surely there's a weapon inside, but she didn't take it with her when that last free-for-all happened. I can't help but wonder about this funny container when it's being carried right in front of me.
ねえ、それ何？
Bizette is looking for the back entrance into the building. From what I can tell, she's pretty tense.
ねえねえ、それ何なんだよ。
I'm being persistent too. Maybe my sincerity got through to her. Bizette stops moving and shows me the container. Length of observation, approximately 1 minute. After showing it to me...
どう？わかった？
ああ、わかった。多分 T セットが入ってる。
Whoops, pissed her off. Wrinkles forming on her forehead, she reluctantly takes the lid off. Several balls plop out. Size-wise, they are about the same as track and field shots and about the same mass, I guess. Looks like it can hold no more than 5, but right now there are only 3. I see, I see. It all makes sense now that she's shown me what's inside. To think she was carrying this relic. I tremble in your presence, Bezek Fraga Makremitz. By the way,
何これ
the mystery had only deepened.
あなたには説明しません。少なくとも T セットでないことは確認していただけたかと。
She puts the spheres back inside and remounts the cylinder on her back. So she won't explain her trump card to someone she can't trust, I see. Moving on.
力持ちだな。何？胸が重い分肩に負担かかって筋肉あるとか？使いもしねえくせに無駄にでかいもんな、あんたの。
I tell her the objective truth as I observe with my keen eyes. Bezette stops dead in her tracks, turning around slowly like a rusted doll.
微笑ましい。あなたの遮奪さは時に殺意を覚えるほど的確で勇敢だ。
Now this is more like it. This is how a master and servant should be. The anger she's radiating could end up with me dead if she figures out I'll revive anyway. There's nobody on the rooftop. Only the sound of a powerful wind is there to greet us.
遅かったか。確かに何者かがいた痕跡はありますが、ここから足取りを探るのは不可能だ。
Bezette's looking down at the city from the edge of the roof. Something in mind already, I bet. As for what I'm doing, I'm wiping off the traces of blood on the floor with my feet. This is the highest place in Shinto. The moon seems a little lower than usual. Had there been a ladder or stairs, you could probably reach it. Even though most of the humans are gone, the city lights are still on. I gaze at all the life below, covered in dazzling prosperity. Not that I'm bored. It'd be no good to let myself be particularly impressed by anything, but for now, there's nothing wrong with the scenery.
Avenger.
Out of the blue, Bezette appears next to me.
なんだよ。何かいいものでも見つけたのか？
先ほどの怪物を何体か確認しました。この場所からなら信徒にいる使い魔は肉眼で発見できそうです。
Your eyes are looking obsessive. Instead of enjoying the city's scenery, apparently she was glaring at the monsters wandering around Shinto.
それが何？ここで一晩中観察して使い魔の主人を探してみるとか？
現実的ではありませんね。あれは使い捨てのようだ。主人の元には戻りませんから、ここで監視したところで本拠地は割り出せない。
だろうな。無駄なことはしないに限る。マスターが賢明で助かった。けどその物言いだとあんたさ。
アベンジャー、私はあの怪物たちを一掃したい。そのためにあなたの力を貸しなさい。
I knew this was gonna happen. Shit. Why'd you have to be such a goody two-shoes? This is making me want to tear you apart.
一般人を巻き込むななんて命令に比べれば俺向きだけどな。いいのかよマスター。あんた聖杯戦争に勝つことが目的なんだろ？連中の主人が邪魔だってんならわかるけど、奴らが人間を殺して回ってるから一掃するなんてのは矛盾している。悪い子でいようと決めたのにいい子でもいたいなんて、そりゃ都合が良すぎるだろ。
Now then, I'm not trying to hide my hostility at all. It's pretty clear that we'll end up in a fight to the death soon enough, the way things are going. One arm behind my back, I materialize my favorite dagger. That prediction I made about killing each other at least once is about to become reality 10 minutes later. I'll make a good profit. My policy is to wait for the opposition to come at me before I attack. It really is a pity, but we should do this at least one... Huh?
あなたの言う通りだ。確かに人助けが目的ではありません。
There's some hesitation. She wisely recognized it.
ですが間違っていることは正したい。知った以上私には見て見ぬふりはできません。
She spoke like she was trying to tell herself that.
それはどんな理由で？ 連中が人を殺すのがいけないってこと？それを見逃す自分がいけないってこと？それとも聖杯戦争より人助けの方が大切だってこと？
Probably all of the above. That's why Bizette is confined by these contradictions. If she thought that she was right, she wouldn't look so pained while trying to hold back her inner self that is contradictory for a magus.
正しいと思える行動に理由はありません。いえ、理由があってはいけないと思う。それを正しいと感じたのなら。
The words of reason and gain should not be used as shields, is probably what she's trying to say.
うわ、独善だね。やばいぜ、その考え。
ええ、あなたに言われなくとも承知している。
Had to get serious on me, didn't you? That's what she wants to believe to be the right way of life. On the other hand, the current Bazet Fraga Makremitz, I always mess up in that last name, is so subordinate to the reason that is association. It'd be fine if she was tough enough to get good balance between both, but...
まあ、ご立派な思想はいいけどさ。何もそこまで正義に付き合ってやることはないだろう。ありゃ元から形のないものだ。どんなに求愛しても向こうから帰ってくるものはないよ。それよりさ、もっといい目を見せてくれる勢力と付き合った方が良くないか？
ですから私も魔術協会に所属している。私だって見返りは欲しい。それとは別にできる限り正しくありたいと思うだけです。
Why would someone want to live correctly? That's said when the person doesn't think he's living correctly. So he struggles to show that he's cleaning his sinful hide, even if only a little bit, by taking the right actions. Honestly.
生真面目なあんたらしい。要するに徳の高い人間になりたいんだ。
What a clumsy, miserable way of living this human has.
そうなのかもしれませんね。けれど私にはかなわない願いだ。私は壊すことでしか感謝されない人間です。人徳とは他人に親しまれる、他人に与えることができる人間が持ち得るもの。決して私に与えられるものではありません。
Well, I mean, technically, like with most people that summon servants, they actually get closer with one another. So you're eventually gonna get intimate with Avenger over here, I believe. To contribute to society, to save people, that's what virtue is. All she can do is destroy. A person that is unable to fix cannot truly gain trust, is what her eyes tell me.
それは誤認だと思うけどね。
いいえ、私には資材を投げ打って貧窮の民を救うことも、新しい組織を作ることもできない。あくまで歯車の一つで、いつまでもちっぽけな一個人から抜け出せない。そんな人間に高い徳なんて得られるはずがないでしょう。
まさか。
I got seriously angry there. Not good. I'm actually getting into a serious conversation.
それだけは完璧に間違いだ。金で徳は買えねえよ。徳ってのは魂の質だ。それは得るものじゃない。苦しみながら自分の中で培うものだろ。
It's the same for any human, no matter how insignificant, no matter how powerless, no matter how worthless. It's a function everyone has at birth, a radiance refined by the will to move forward. There is no line drawn between good and evil. It is only those that aim for their peak as living beings that the doors to enlightenment opens for.
徳は自らの価値は外的評価によるものではないというのですか？
あ？いや、価値って話なら外的評価が全てだよ。そのための徳、そのための自己錬磨だ。せいぜい高値ふっかけて自分を自分以上に買ってくれるやつとくっつくためのパラメーターだよ。
improvement of inner space is linked to the improvement of external space. The more vain and lonely someone is, the more they cling to being a good person and feel ashamed about how pathetic that makes them. I'm so selfish for trying to be a good just so people won't hate me, they think. However,
それでいいじゃねえか。誰かに認められたいって気持ちはな、怒っていいことなんだよ。その気持ちがあるやつは同じようにきっと誰かを認めてやれる。あんたの方針が結局は自分のためだって言うんなら間違ってなんかいねえってこと。
That's where the good part of love enjoying life with others lies. Granted, she hasn't gotten to that point yet, and I doubt she'll ever realize it before she dies. Anyway, this woman's clumsy. But she's resourceful, so by some accident she wound up like this, seemingly able to accomplish anything. Bold, yet pessimistic. Self-reform that keeps putting you on detours. Knowing that you're wrong, screaming that it isn't a big deal, you struggle desperately towards the brighter path. Ah, so that's the kind of human I offered a hand to.
そのあなたらしからぬ考説でしたが、結論として今後の方針に文句はないという解釈でいいのですか？
ああ、いいんじゃない。正義の味方ってのも気持ちよさそうだし、たまには理不尽な死から人々を守るのも悪くない。
Just hearing here of justice makes me want to vomit, but that's the best word for it.
意外ですね。正義なんて言葉、あなたが最も嫌うものだと感じていましたが。
嫌いだよ。けど、そういう方向性は好きなんだ。
は？
First off, it doesn't change what I do. We wander around the city at night, kill other masters, and kill those monsters. Only the priorities are now even. It's still right within my range. There is still plenty of life in Fuyuki. Until my master gets full, the cup isn't going to run dry. Never attaining victory, the two of us who know no death will overcome only defeat.
そう。あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Alone, I count the ravaging winds. From this tower, the closest to the heavens, the lights of the city looks like fakes. The Holy Grail War will keep on going. The murders, my only amusement, will keep on going. Tomorrow will probably be defeated and revived yet again. Until the time comes, until Bizette decides to change her plan, I'll stick with her for the time being. This place is a far deep and hollow sky. Anything gained is all going to be an illusion in the end.
あんたの気が済むまでやろうぜ、マスター。何事も経験だ。飽きるまで楽しめばいい。
Having said that, my servant looked elsewhere. For whatever reason, his disposition changed. He ceased talking and is now quietly gazing at the nighttime scenery. Servant Avenger. Though it's not among the 7 classes, they say exceptions sometimes occur in the Holy Grail War. Avenger must be one of those. The notion of a heroic spirit meaning vengeance is a contradiction in itself, but the little Angramanyu is an even bigger mystery. It is common among heroes to be recorded in history by the titles they gain later, and not by the names they were born with. The story that I told him of the hero of my homeland was also one of them. But the tone of the name Angramanyu is just too ominous. I must get his real name out of him one day, for his sake. Not that horrible one, but the name he was given at birth. Below, I see dark shadows wandering across the city. Even with the Kanaz rune of far sight, all I can tell from here is the general state of Shinto. Fuyuki is divided into 2 by the Mian River to see what is going on in Miyama, which lies past the big bridge. I have no choice but to cross it myself. Those black monsters have to be hiding there. I wonder, what ritual are those monsters bound by? I have never seen that type of familiar, even in the association. Mysteriously, they seem to be operating under orders, yet apparently possess no intelligence of their own. Their actual purpose is unclear. Combat ability is fairly high, like large hunting dogs or feral monkeys with amplified humanoid form. A human without combat experience would be killed immediately with no resistance. A human with 10 years or more of involvement in martial arts and sports could put up a fight for several seconds provided the conditions were favorable, or alternatively, escape. However, there are many.